Let's just pick up where we left off, shall we? So, Renee is blaming herself for Alan Prickman's death, quite rightly, and Mariah is calming her down, saying it's not her fault. Even though it is. Then Renee is back at her job, and this passive-aggressive bitch is telling Renee off just because she failed to do the one thing that she was hired to do.
That they're not in the right folder.
Exactly. You have to be more careful.
What a bitch.
No, I put them in the right folder yesterday. I know for a fact.
Renee.
Now, if she's telling the truth, does that mean that the hoodie man came into the school just to fuck with her filing? Oh, that reminds me. I hope you're ready to find out who he is. In fact, if you want to find out just now, you can skip forward to this timestamp. I'll just put it around about there somewhere. Randy rudely interrupts Renee's bollocking to ask her where she is, because she just stood him up on a lunch date.
I guess I forgot. I can head over there now.
No.
Sucks to be him. Meanwhile, back in the office, this slave driver has been snooping through Renee's stuff and found some fetish photos. She then kink shames Renee so hard that she fires her.
What is this? What is this?
Where did you find those?
They were on your desk out in the open.
That's not me. That's not me.
Really?
No.
Really? Look, whatever you do in your own time, great. You cannot bring this into a school. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to let you go.
Please.
Okay, so the hoodie man actually was fucking with her. I mean, she does seem legitimately surprised when she sees the photos, which implies that she didn't know they were there, but... Hang on, let's look at that again. Okay, so first of all, that post-it note says something about "love you so much, Aunt Ada." Who the fuck is that? Why the fuck did they leave that in the shot? Unless they're trying to imply that this isn't Renee's desk for some reason, but no, that to-do list is very clearly for her. And then passive-aggressive Penelope here is standing right by Renee's desk when she's rifling through the photos, so we can solidly say it is Renee's desk. So if that's the case, how did Renee not see these photos? The only thing obscuring them in any way is the to-do list, plus the pile is right next to the phone, an area where she would assumedly pay a lot of attention. So unless we're to believe that Renee is the most unobservant person to ever sit at that desk, and it actually was the hoodie man who put them there, that means that she brought them into the school. But she's adamant it's the guy that's fucking with her that's doing these things. Oh my god. That's it. The hoodie man is Renee's alternate personality. Think about it. That's why the sack was so easy to escape from. She couldn't have zipped up the sack from inside of the sack, and that's why she didn't experience muscle atrophy during the coma. Wait, no. That's why the hoodie man forced her to crash into Randy. It was actually just her wanting an excuse to talk to this man. The hoodie man has been symbolic this entire time of the memories from the past that she's been trying to suppress. She murdered her previous husband and is now hiding in plain sight as an amnesia, ready to lure a new man in. Think about it. The hoodie man only shows up in two places. One being her therapy sessions, where Alan Prickman was so close to finding out the truth that Renee had to take him out of the equation permanently, and then the other one being when she's with Randy at the karaoke. We're going to ignore the scene where she leaves the psychologist because that goes against my argument. When the hoodie man shows up in the crowd, it's because she can feel herself falling in love with Randy, and it terrifies her because she knows history is repeating itself, and that Randy is doomed as soon as they engage in a committed relationship with one another. She sabotages her job because it's getting in the way of her time with Randy. Do you need further proof? Look who picks her up from work. It'd be Mariah, right? Her primary caregiver. But no, it's Randy. They've been playing us like a goddamn fiddle this entire time. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wait, yeah, no. Renee tells Randy about how her entire life has gone to shit, and he gets hung up on the fact that she called him her boyfriend like he's fucking 12.
I lost my memories. I lost everything. And now I have a job, and I have a boyfriend, and I have friends, and maybe he hates to see that I have a new life.
Boyfriend.
So he pisses off to, I assume, go wank into a towel, and then we get the bath scene. So, Renee starts having a nice relaxing bath before the hoodie man comes and cocks it up by pushing her head underwater, causing her to have a dream, I guess, where the hoodie man is trapped her in a swimming pool. Ooh, spooky. Didn't quite have the intended effect on me, though.
Oh my god. What the fuck was that?
So then Renee decides to call the police because she had a dream. Because obviously it was a dream. If the hoodie man was there, he wouldn't just go and give her head a quick dunk, would he? He'd finish the job. Then Mariah and Renee are complete dicks to the police sheriff again because he has the audacity to suggest that maybe Renee wasn't actually dunked by a home intruder, seeing as there was
no sign of forced entry and there's no sign that there was anyone here.
Do you want me to turn up dead?
Yeah. So then Renee has a quick little complaint session with Randy because no one is taking the threat to her life that she's completely made up seriously. Then they go into this place to order 2 small coffees, which are prepared incredibly fast. Damn, the service industry is great in this town. First the karaoke manager, now this barista. Oh, hang on, just a second. So, Randy acts like a complete Malco and spills what seems to be water, not coffee, on himself. Doesn't react to the drink that should be boiling hot falling on his bare skin either, but he does deem the spillage to be enough that he needs to go to the bathroom to clean up, despite none of it getting on his clothes. So, once Randy pisses off, this fantastic actor approaches Renee.
Excuse me. Can I talk with you for a minute?
About what?
I believe this is you.
Where did you get that? No,
I just want to talk.
it's you. You're the one who's been following me around. It's you.
No, just come on.
Randy.
Don't make
Randy.
a scene. Come on.
Randy!
Only to be fought off by Randy, to whom he reveals that he's...
I'm a private investigator. I was hired to find her.
So you're a professional private detective, but you don't deem this being worth the first or the second or even the third thing that you tell her upon approaching her. Also, hang on, you've been searching for her since she was missing, right? And that's been at least 6 months with the coma. And during all of that time, you didn't choose to visit the hospitals in the general area for her. Maybe send her picture to some police stations. Like, it couldn't have been that hard looking for her. Wait, that's also the picture that the hoodie guy used at the karaoke bar. So that means you were there. Or you just there to sing some tunes and then realise, oh shit, that's the woman I've been pretending to look for a while now. That's lucky. On top of that, if you were hired for this job, you probably know her name, right? Why didn't you ask her if her name is when you approached her in the coffee shop? Oh, fuck it, just carry on. So Randy forces him away by showing that he's the true master of bad acting around these parts, which Renee doesn't find suspicious at all. I mean, this is the man you believe has been stalking you, and you're watching your boyfriend not only let him get away, but actively encouraging him to go away. Also, this PI leaves in his car, which Renee sees.
He's getting in a car.
But there's no car that matches his on the street when he's walking in that direction. So either it's all the way down at the end of the road, and Renee has the eyesight of an owl, or he just has the ability to summon cars at will. There's a chance that this can happen, though, seeing as the street is lined with cars in this wide shot of Randy and the PI in the street, but not in the medium of the two of them. Randy returns to the coffee shop after successfully forcing the main suspect in his girlfriend's stalking case to flee before the police come, and his girlfriend is totally fine with this. In fact, she uses this as proof that she should take him up on his offer to go to his cabin up in the north.
That sounds like a really good idea right now.
Then we see Renee and Mariah having an argument because Mariah thinks it's a bad idea for her to leave the area.
For everything that he did to you, but no, stop. I do not think that it is the right decision for you to go right now.
Mariah, I am not safe here. I was alone when they broke into your house.
Don't you think that I know that?
Wait, so they actually think that the hoodie guy was there? In the house? They believe her? Just get it over with already, John. So then Mariah starts saying how it's unsafe for Renee to head up there with just Randy because she barely knows him, and all this weird stuff only started when he showed up. Which, first of all, isn't exactly right. She was wheeling away from the hoodie man when she bumped into Randy, so weird stuff has been happening since before she met him. Secondly, don't start throwing accusations that Randy's the hoodie man, because that's literally the one that makes the least sense. I mean, let's think about it. When have we seen the hoodie man? There's the first night after Renee woke up, just before Renee meets Randy, just after Renee leaves the psychologist's office, and in the karaoke club. But, okay, to be fair, all of those could be hallucinations. But the murder scene definitely wasn't a hallucination. That was a real-life event that had real consequences of Alan Prickman being dead. And there's no way that Randy could have been there because he was on the date with Renee. Unless he did it beforehand. But, I mean, in order for Randy to be the hoodie man, that would mean that he would have had to have murdered Alan Prickman before the concert, taken his body outside for whatever reason, left to go home without anybody hearing or seeing him, possibly disposed of any evidence linked to the murder depending on how professional of a murderer he is, got changed for the date, picked Renee up, and then took her to a concert that was in walking distance of the location that he just committed a murder. I mean, if they asked us to believe that, that would be the final straw, obviously. Because, I mean, that's literally the stupidest possible thing. Because how could he do all of that before arriving to the concert at 9 o'clock. I mean, this theatre, El Campanile, is a real theatre located in Antioch, California, and the time of year seems to be around about spring for the events of this film, so let's just say that it's around about mid-April. Giving a rough estimate, I'd say around about 7:30 would be a reasonable time for sunset to occur in this area, right? So the murder of Alan Prickman took place when it was pitch black outside, so let's just say that's around about 8. That means he'd have to do all of that stuff within an hour to then go see the Why Nots at 9. Now I know what you're thinking. John, it literally says right there it's Saturday, August 27th. Only just noticing this now when you're editing, you're just re-recording it right now. And to that I say, shut up. I mean, there's no possible way that the hoodie man is Randy. That would just be so stupid. So unbelievably stupid. Anyway, the next scene is with the PI again, and oh shit, it's the fucking car chase time. Yeah, man! I'm sorry. So they collide in the most minor way possible, leading to a crash that makes the PI bonk his head lightly on the steering wheel and then spit out a little bit of the jam that he had in his mouth. Oh my god, it was the hoodie man in the car. That means we're finally going to find out who he is. Who's going to be? Is it going to be the fisherman from before, the doctor from the hospital, the guy who was on his phone? All of those would make sense. They wouldn't be plot holes.
Jetson Swain. Is that hard?